We want to explore the strength that lies in the conviction that architecture is a powerful pedagogical instrument in itself. We believe that beyond its form or image, the value of architecture rests on what it is able to produce and instigate among users. Architecture, in our view, is action. This is an architecture studio and a joint seminar between the urban planning and the architecture programs. It seeks to identify existing synergies and complementary methodological approaches between these disciplines in an applied problem-solving scenario. This is a chance to explore forms of material and spatial organization by reviewing concepts such as repetition, indeterminacy, the incomplete, instability, strategies and protocols of use. It also highlights the value of these forms as systems of organization that are open, intelligent, able to grow and adapt with time. The idea is to investigate concepts such as the active play, the ludic, and the anomalous as opportunities for understanding new ways of inhabiting and creating space. For this purpose, it is essential to experiment with spaces, shapes, and programs that are abnormal and heterotopic to reveal new mechanisms to create architecture. (3,300 meters above sea level), the Páramo preserves the crystalline waters that lead to the Bogotá River. It is a very fragile ecosystem due to its closeness to regions of agricultural development. Industrial waters generated by the tanneries of the area are poured into the flow. The riverbed has been altered to build residential complexes, modifying the river's hydraulic capacity and increasing the risk of flooding. As the river approaches the Colombian capital, the wastewater spills increase considerably. The greater pressure on the river occurs when arriving at Bogotá. Due to the dumping of solid waste and untreated wastewater, the biological, physical, and chemical characteristics are modified to the extreme. Works of great impact have been made along the river to give a solution to the consequences of poor territorial planning. The excavations of the quarries increase the concentrations of suspended sounds and sediments that the river transports when arriving at the floodgates. The Bogotá River is an ecosystem transformed entirely, where vulnerable communities are constantly exposed to environmental pollution. This first exercise seeks to develop a mechanism for learning about a specific neighborhood on the area of the Bogotá River. We want to dialogue with its inhabitants by using the stranger or foreigner as the active catalyst. We want to find successful places for desire in New York City, real, imagined, or hidden behind common sites that usually reflect different interactions, yet somehow accommodate different users within the city. They can be the sites where diverse social happenings, from sex to social gathering, can take place. Some examples are bazaars, saunas, shopping malls, jails, hospitals, clandestine alleys, strip clubs, gay bars. The students must design a toy, the purpose of which will be to allow the exchange of information, knowledge, products, services, objects, etc. It will also enable the students to meet an individual urban reality of Bogotá, while at the same time establishing relationships between them and the inhabitants. We will work with the community of a specific neighborhood, Lisboa, a complex and problematic context filled with opportunities. Rather than design buildings, we want to produce artifacts, to be a dynamic space that react to people's behavior, The aim is to produce architectural interventions closer related to people, and that can have the capacity to affect the individual in his daily life. The specific tactical projects that we seek to develop are planned to address issues in the global debate regarding urban environment, post-conflict, local economic development, preservation, mobility, inequity, and climate change. We want to ask ourselves, how can we think about architectures capable of constructing free and unexpected forms of human relating? What would happen if we thought of design as a catalyst of environment, where architecture learned to act as an event, where the architect learned to be a communicator, and where the inhabitant learned to have control and build new dwelling forms?